Proud of, and really it's just a fun show. And I think going into 2021 is one of the most exciting and very, very unusual times for the US Mint. And we will explain that with Mike Mezek, who's joining me in just a second. He is one of the world's leading coin experts. He's been with us for a couple of decades now, and he just knows the coin business. And so this year has really been exceptionally weird and different. And we're gonna explain why right now. We're gonna start with our very first item. And this is our 2021. It is a perfect NGC SMint Emergency Silver Eagle. We have it on a very special auto ship. And I'm gonna have Mike join me on the line right now. We're gonna get into this crazy, crazy story. Well, Mike, I had a blast with you on New Year's Eve day. Welcome back. And we've got some brand new items tonight to share, right?
Absolutely. It has been, I'm finally recovered from our New Year's show. Working that 22 hours can kind of wear on you a little bit.
It's a little long.
But to ring in 2021, like I said, finally out with 2020 and turning the page to 2021. And the American Silver Eagle, I think, is just perfectly, exactly 100% emblematic of ringing in that new year. The United States Mint actually in 2019 announced that they were going to change the design of the American Silver Eagle in 2021. We thought it was going to be at the beginning of 2021. What it turns out is because of the events of 2020, they were just absolutely unable to do that. And so instead of starting the new design at the beginning of 2021, they're going to start the new design halfway through 2021. So it means they're going to be producing the old design for just 6 more months. And that's what we have right here is the first look at the old design in 2021. Now, here's the fascinating part about this. But the switch over to the new design is going to be one of the most significant numismatic events of our lifetimes. The demand for this coin, the government, for the new design, the government can't keep up with. There's no possible way. As a matter of fact, the government can't keep up with the design of the last of the old coin. After 35 years, this is the transition coin. This is the legacy coin. This is the last of its line, if you will. And this will be in fantastically, amazingly short supply. That's already been shown by the fact that the United States Mint has already sold out its allocation through its special authorized distributors through about February or March. Now, what most people don't realize is the West Point Mint almost always and exclusively makes all of the Mint State American Silver Eagles. They anticipate being so far behind because they're going to make one of the most popular coins ever made by the United States government in the Silver Eagle series for only 6 months. The West Point Mint needed help, and that's what this is. This is the SMint. This is the emergency mint. And while they'll be making the W Mint for all 6 months, the SMint was made one time in one batch that's already been released, that's already been sold out. That's what the issue is with this. So this SMint is the rarest of all of the Mint State American Silver Eagles in what we call the Type 1 that you have right here. Now, we have an auto ship on this.
Right.
It is, to get the Type 2, that is contingent on them even making an SMint. All right. We assume
okay,
that
wait a minute. Wait, Mike, hang on one second. So this is the emergency on the Type 1. You believe they're going to also do the emergency on the Type 2 simply because the demand is going to be so insane.
And they said they would.
Okay.
But just because they said they would these days doesn't necessarily make it so.
Okay.
All right. So we're anticipating to do that. And the emergency productions are always significantly rare, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times rarer sometimes even than the regular issue coins, 100 times, 1,000 times rarer in the 20p instance, rarer than the regular issue coins. And then we're going to have the Type 2 design. I think they're also going to do S Emergency Mint. Now, here's the problem with SMint, W Mint in Mint State coins. There is no mint mark on the coin by design of the United States Mint.
Right.
So what you have to do is when the United States Mint, which does not sell the Mint State coins directly to the public. They release them in those big green boxes like you see behind the coin there, and they release them to what are called authorized purchasers, APs, if you will. And those APs get those boxes that are sealed by the United States government. The United States government marks the SMint boxes. That box sealed must go to the grading company with the seal still on it. Then the grading company, in this case NGC, opens the box and certifies that it's San Francisco Mint. If the sealed box does not get to the grading company, a rarer coin becomes even more rare because you can't even realize their estimate unless they're certified. You can only buy these certified.
Because they're not marked.
Right. They're not marked on the coin. They're only marked on the box, and so the whole box has to be certified for it to be done. And this coin is already significantly rarer than the West Point Mint. Now, here's the interesting part. They're so short. The United States government has already delayed indefinitely the proof American Silver Eagle. They have started to anticipate, they have started to see the incredible demand for these Type 1, the old style, old school design, the heraldic eagle. And then, of course, as we go into Type 2, now here's the great thing. When you buy this Type 1, emergency estimate, which, by the way, is the rarest silver eagle that's going to be made by the United States government in the Mint State that they've anticipated. When you buy this, if they do an estimate, which will be a one-time opportunity, you're already locked in with
You're guaranteed. Okay, so
that's
this is important.
With that.
So it's really funny. So Mike and I, we did launch the new 2021, and this crate for months and months and months and months. We have been talking about the fact that they were going to be launching on the first of the year this new one. This was what Type 1 was supposed to be. This is the brand new design. And so this build-up, everybody had been waiting and waiting because we were going to launch that, and we're saying, we got the deal for you. We literally went on the air, and Mike's like, oh, no, by the way, there's a Type 1. Oh, and yeah, for the first time ever, they're making 2 U.S. American Silver Eagles in the same year because they haven't had the time to get to this one. So needless to say, even in the form we had it, I bought 2 sets of these the other day because even though I'm a rather novice coin collector, to understand the rarity and how unusual it is, we knew it was going to be a big deal going from the old design to the new design. That was a big deal. Then you add this extra little surprise in here, and then it becomes even more substantial. Then you add the fact, Mike, that this is the emergency version, and that's an even better, rarer story than even our story on New Year's Eve we talked about.
Oh, it's crazy. On New Year's Eve, the TS, we sold 13,500 by noon. Okay, we sold 13. This coin, the SMint, is going to be the S emergency issue is going to be probably, my guess is 30 times rarer. 30 times rarer than the W Mint. And the W Mint, the TS that we sold out, the HSN price was $139.95. Additionally, this coin will be certified perfect, as you can see, emergency production. That's the S, heraldic eagle, Type 1. And it's also NGC Perfect 70, and it's in our exclusive core. That black core that you see with the Lady Liberty on it, I'm the only one that can sell that. That's my exclusive design that you see right there. So this is not just the 2021 Type 1 American Silver Eagle. Like I said, it's already sold out. The allocations, well into this year is already sold out. You're going to get yours very early. But this is the subset of value, even rarer, even more collectible, even more valuable, which has made it the San Francisco Mint.
That's
so they
awesome.
had to do it because they're so far behind, and there's just no way they can keep up with the demand. They did this tiny, itty-bitty little release from the San Francisco Mint, just to help out their sister mint at West Point, because West Point has already made millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of the regular Eagles, and they're gone. They're sold out. The lines are unbelievable. Right. I've been doing this for many years. So since the U.S. Silver Eagle has been made,
yeah, right.
I've been doing it that long.
Since 1986, right?
86. I've been in the business. I have never seen demand for a coin like I have seen for the 2021. And you have to understand, this is the Type 1. This is the last of the old design, which is now, as we stand, the most popular Silver Eagle that I've ever seen in the history of the American Silver Eagle, and I've been here for the whole thing.
Well, wait, and Mike,
go ahead.
But on that note, just on Type 1, the reason is because we all thought, oh, this is the last of the last. We thought 2020 was gonna be the last of the old design. So when they did, you gotta understand, when they did this little mini stopgap, this is the mini stopgap. They're not gonna even produce it all year. As Mike said, it's a couple of months and they're done, right? Then this is the subset of that. So when you talk about rarity and collectability, you're looking at it. Now I do wanna explain something. We are guaranteeing if they make an emergency version of Type 2 that you will get it if you sign up for it tonight. We'll guarantee that.
They said that they would.
Okay, but the thing is don't worry, you will not ever be charged for that until Mike delivers it to you. So I just, if you're brand new and you're like, okay, wait a minute, you're gonna charge me now for the one that I might not get? No, that will never happen. You'll still get this, which will be insanely rare. But the cool thing is he's going to guarantee if they make the supplemental emergency Type 2, that because you're buying it from us here at HSN, you will get it. If they don't make it, you won't get it and you won't be charged for it, but you're still gonna get an incredibly rare original 2021 supplemental emergency coin, right?
And understand what we're saying is they said they're going to make it. Well, they also said they were going to release a proof coin this week.
Right, and they're not doing that.
They're going to release the proof coin at some point.
Right.
You know what we believe. And what's happening is demand has been so incredible, has even exceeded the Mint's expectations, has even exceeded our expectations, that we just until it happens, we know they're going to do Type 2 in the middle of the year, probably July is what they're looking at. They said they're going to do SMint emergency just because they know they're going to be so far behind. And what's happening is they're making a coin, 2 coins, Type 1 and Type 2. Either one of them, if they made them for the whole year, wouldn't have enough. They're only making them for 6 months. If they made them for 16 months, they wouldn't have enough coins. You're online with our exclusive, absolutely perfect NGC from the San Francisco emergency production release, which is already allocated and sold out from the authorized distributors. And they're still going to make the West Point Mint, but the San Francisco is already done. The West Point Mint, they're desperately trying to keep up. You get in right here, right now on the ground floor in our 100% exclusive holder that you see here, the exclusive NGC holder that I'm the only, my company's the only one that can sell this, the black core with the Liberty in it that you see right there. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Plus, I'm going to go with when they make the SMint Type 2, the new
Look
design.
at me. I was going with if. Well. Mike, I was going with if.
I'm going with when.
Okay, you go with when, I'll go with if, but the good news is you'll never get charged until Mike has it in hand, and it's going to be exactly what he says, and then he ships it to you. So don't worry about that. In fact, you know what, Mike's really hysterical? I've never been on the air with you when we had